This week on The Dish, we take a trip to the Jersey Shore to visit Heirloom at the St. Laurent, one of 3 restaurants for partners Neely Robinson and James Beard nominee David Viana. It finds inspiration from its Asbury Park locale as part of the St. Laurent Hotel and Social Club. Whether it's pulling from the rich history found within the refurbished building or the modern oasis created by the pool out back, it is fine dining meets beachside bungalow, and the result is something for all the senses to savor. Asbury Park, New Jersey may be best known for places like the Stone Pony and its beachside boardwalk. But a few blocks from the water sits a new siren song, Heirloom at the St. Laurent, the restaurant for the newly refurbished hotel and social club.
This is actually the oldest operating hotel in Asbury Park. It was originated in 1886. It was a female-owned hotel.
Neely Robinson is Heirloom's owner and managing director.
Wow, the space is just amazing. So, original space that this bar is?
Yeah, so this is part of the original structure of the hotel. And the tin ceilings that you see around in this room here are the original ceilings from 1907.
They kept a lot of really cool details, the airiness, the spaciousness. They have wonderful design detail all throughout the space.
David Viana, her partner and executive chef.
This hotel is a really wonderful renovation, and it made a really wonderful canvas for us to paint our food on.
A sensory feast to both see and taste.
Walking in is a treat for the eyes, and then you take the first sip before you get anything to eat, and you already know, like, wow, this place is special.
And which one is this?
It's a pina colada milk punch. A beautiful, simple, clear cocktail with all the flavor of the traditional.
This, sitting out there by the pool, would be a very dangerous afternoon.
It's been a decade since Robinson's first culinary endeavor, starting Heirloom Kitchen with her mom as a recreational cooking school and retail shop. Viana, who'd learned under chefs like Michael White and Bobby Flay, helped her take it one step further when she asked him to help her turn the culinary school into a supper club on weekends.
It was a weird suggestion. I've never, I've never heard of anything like
Sometimes
that.
those are the best.
6 weeks later, we were open for service, and that was almost 8 years ago.
So it's worked pretty well.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
There's not a lot of things that make sense when you only have potatoes and bok choy.
A run on Bravo's Top Chef helped Viana build some recognition for the restaurant. But he and Robinson credit its success to something else.
Once people were in our space and saw how magical it was, and then took a class, they were hooked. And the cooking classes actually created a community around the restaurant. What you want to do is you want to cut off the top of an onion. It changed the way I cook. I became a much more hospitable chef. You know, when you're in the kitchen as a chef, a career chef, you don't see the people's smiles. You don't see the effect you're having on the community. It might be why I started cooking, but it wasn't why I was doing it at some point. I forgot. And seeing it and being a part of it was so special to me. It changed the way I cooked forever.
So you had to know when you were opening this space.
No walls.
No walls.
No,
Yes.
Exactly.
It was in that open space during their regular lunchtime service I was invited to taste some Heirloom at the St. Laurent favorites, starting with a hanger steak and potato side, uniquely described.
A potato pave, which is like French fry on crack. It's super crunchy, but also like potato forward.
That's fantastic.
Each dish more flavorful than the next. A nettle cavatelli and lamb ragu with English peas, herb breadcrumbs, and a whipped ricotta with mint.
I like the texture of the breadcrumbs against the pasta and the lamb because it is so tender.
Exactly.
So good, I really couldn't stop.
In my head, I'm like, I need to save room, but I'm not saving room. I did that with the steak already. I can't save room.
Only to be topped by Viana's signature duck with a strawberry XO, an Asian-inspired sauce with dried scallops and shellfish.
I always cook it to medium because you get the perfect of everything. The skin gets perfectly rendered and crispy and salty. It's so juicy and tender all the way through.
This is fantastic.
Thank you.
Robinson, not the least bit surprised, diners like me walk away more than satisfied.
The thing that I love the most about David and his cooking, and I never realized it till we started really working together, was he makes food that you didn't know you wanted to eat. If you label it, it's new American, it's seasonal, it's globally inspired, it's all of those things. I call our food the gateway to fine dining. It's accessible in a way that people get excited about it.
You know, there's nostalgia involved in food and creating memories and all those things, and there's an audience too. I'm from Jersey, I'm a Jersey boy through and through, and I cook food for Jersey people by a Jersey boy. What we do is a constant conversation back and forth of, do you like this? Oh, how about this? And that's what being a chef is. It's not just me from my pontificating from my tower, like what everyone now eats, you know?
Yeah.
It's a conversation, it's a collaboration.
Which is exactly what a meal at Heirloom at the St. Laurent is, a collaboration. From what's served, like a chocolate hazelnut miso brownie with smoked vanilla ice cream.
Oh my God, that smoked. Why do more places not do that? That's delicious.
To who's serving and creating each harmonious delight.
So I've never understood the back of house, front of house divide. Everyone's contributing to one thing, the guest experience. We need them, they're our Sherpas. They guide the guests through the menu, they explain what we do, and we create a culture that supports each other.
They're the Sherpas, they're guiding their guests, but they are totally encouraged to make those connections with the guests and make it a memorable experience.
Do each of you walk away from here each day with something along those lines?
I really like walking in. I'm excited to walk in and see my friends and see the people that work here, and I think the secret ingredient too is loving what you do. We both love it. We both eat, sleep, and drink it.
The right pairing for both of you.
Yeah. I mean, so much so we fell in love. We were not together when all this started at all, so.
That's amazing, right? To find the person that you want to spend your life with and your work life with.
I mean, it's funny though, because I feel like I went looking for him somehow and I didn't even realize it. I came knocking on his door, so.
He was looking for you and didn't realize it.
There we go.
As well.
There we go.
So true. So true.
And we are all beneficiaries of partnership, at least their work partnership. They have their life partnership too. I brought you the nettle cavatelli and that milk punch that I was drinking, the pina colada milk punch. But one other thing, it's all about the attention to detail. So we mentioned that originally this hotel was all female owned. And so what Neely has done with the wine program there, they have curated wines that, as they describe it, like everything at the St. Laurent, all of the wines they offer have been touched by the hands of a woman. So this is one of the wines that has been touched by the hands of a woman, whether it's ownership of the vineyard or the woman who has created it. Yeah, so it's everything has some touches that are just so nice to see, and that attention to detail you can taste.
Now it's touched by another one.
Yes, it's touched by another one. And maybe we'll, drink some of it.
Yeah.
Some of the
Be
women
drunk by
here
it.
will, as well.